The next morning at the film studio site, Scott O'Brien preparing for the next movie in his current career in movie directing. And I Know What You Did Last Summer amateur version, in which Jenna Green had just showed up for auditions. Layla, a window seller, also auditioned for another role, specifically auditioning for the role of Helen Shivers for the amateur version of I Know What You Did Last Summer. The two females talk rambunctiously when the newspaper man Kyle drops off newspaper articles specifically for Scott O'Brien. Scott O'Brien looks through the newspaper articles and notices that Makaya Matthews had died at a small facility within the town. And also that John Scott was currently in the hospital at Riverview Hospital, currently in a slight minor coma. At the hospital, John's eye slowly awakens and opens. He gasps at that situation and is converted by James Weston, who he says, "It's okay, kid. It's okay, John. You're okay." A female named Shauna enters the room and asks if "Is John okay?" James looks at Shauna. James responds to Shauna, "He's in a slight coma. He's confused. He's dazed." Shauna responds to the situation as if she didn't care involving it. Shauna grabs John's by the wrist and checks his pulse. He responds, "James, he'll be fine. He'll probably fall asleep and doze off again and off and on until he wakes up." "Well, James, it's time for your training session at the martial arts gym. See you at 3 p.m. James looks at his watch, noticing the situation at hand, and says, "Yeah, Shauna, I'll be there at 3 p.m. It's 7 a.m., so count me out early, but yeah, I'll see you there." James looks at his watch and stares at John, touches his hand, and notices the situation. Hey! And notices that his pulse was fast-paced. A bird slams the window next to the hospital window, giving a sign following something else of the future events of the design. The bird, however, the head is stuck in the window, and as the bird's head is stuck in the window, the blind falls and nearly decapitates the bird. But however, the bird escapes the situation and pulls through into the hospital room, causing a scene of flocking around. James jumps around the room, catches the bird, and releases it outside the main view window. Closes the window and latches it.